Alright kids, as promised we continue with our 2017-2018 NCAA College Football Bowl Game predictions. I think we stopped around the, the Foster Farms Bowl. So we're just going to blow through the rest of the bowl games as fast as we can. It may take us a while, but it's probably worth it. Alright, so getting right into the meat of the matter, we're looking to look at the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl. Wow, these brand tie-ins are really getting ridiculous. Regardless, Texas and Missouri, there's no money line on this at the moment, but I fully anticipate it probably be below 65 for an over-under, and I would keep it under that. Anything above 50 I'd be a little hesitant about, just in general terms. And as far as the point spread, I don't know, I think Texas will win probably by like 6 points. So just use that as your metric and you'll be alright in predicting it once the final lines actually do come out. That's all we do. We try to teach you. You know, you give a man predictions one day, you know, you feed him. But if you teach him how to prognosticate games himself, you feed him for a lifetime. Alright, so the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman. I believe it was the villain in Despicable Me, if I'm not mistaken. The over-under is 55 between Virginia and Navy. It's probably going to be under that. They have Virginia listed as a 1-point favorite. And I think Virginia wins by less than a touchdown, but they still win. So that point spread seems pretty valid to me. Thursday, December 28th, we got Virginia Tech taking on Oklahoma State. We're actually starting to see ranked teams in bowl games now. That's a very good sign. So it's going to be the Camping World Bowl. Over under 63. I can tell you right now it's going to be considerably over that. Oklahoma State is a 4.5-point favorite. I think they win by at least a touchdown. So again, no reason to monkey with the point spread. Seems reasonable. Just go with the favorite and you'll be just dandy. Washington State taking on Michigan State in the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. Because that stadium right there is not seeing a whole lot of football this season for obvious reasons. The over-under is 45.5. I think it'll be probably underneath that. And it looks like we got Washington State as a 2.5-point favorite. I'm actually going to go the other way. I think Michigan State wins by probably, I don't know, I say the bare minimum field goal. So go with the underdog there, take the point spread. We'll do just dandy. Alright, we got Stanford at TCU, and that's going to be in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Guess where they're having that? That's right, North Dakota. Over-under is 49. I think it'll be slightly above that. TCU's a 2.5-point favorite. Yeah, I think Stanford wins this one by at least a touchdown. I just think TCU's very demoralized after losing to Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship game. Not really a whole lot of fight left in them. Stanford kind of has a little bit more pride on the line. I think they win by a touchdown. Just really, really objective measurements on my part, but still. What was that? Okay, yeah, I was going to make sure we have the right ball there. So they go with Stanford by 6 points. As an underdog, they should win this one. We got Wake Forest at Texas A&M at the Belk Bowl. If you don't know what the Belk Bowl is, it's after a department store popular in the southeast called Belk, because your girlfriend goes there all the time. That's like her a rejuvenation point in Metroid. You know, you go in the chamber, she goes into Belk. But yeah, I got Wake Forest taking on Texas A&M. There's no money line yet, so I'm just going to assume it's going to be, the over-under is probably going to be set around like 55. I'm going to say keep it slightly over that. And as far as the point spread, I'm going to go with Wake Forest to win by 3 points. So use your own judgment once the official line comes out and just work your way from there. Alright, so in the Hyundai Sun Bowl, we've got NC State at Arizona State. The over-under is 59.5. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable being underneath that. And as far as the point spread, they've got North Carolina State listed as a 6.5-point favorite. And I'm actually feeling pretty capable here that I think Arizona State will actually get the upset and win by at least 7 points. So go with the underdog. If nothing else, take the point spread. It'll be a close game. That should do you just fine, probably. We got Kentucky at Northwestern in the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl on December 29th. Over-under is 51. I'm going to say keep it above that, but just barely. Looks like we got Northwestern as a 7.5-point favorite. You know what? I think Northwestern, they do win this game, but they only win by 7 points. So that means UK, believe it or not, that point spread does cover. So go with Northwestern to win outright, but take the point spread for Kentucky. Do it. You'll be glad you did. New Mexico State at Utah State in the Nova Home Loans Arizona. A lot of loans and mortgage bowls going on nowadays. Hope it doesn't portend another housing crisis. So we got 61 as the over-under on this one, and looks like we've got New Mexico State as a 4-point favorite. Yeah, this one's really a crapshoot. I really don't know enough about either team to really kind of give you a good judgment either way. But, yeah, we'll go New Mexico State by 6 points. That sounds doable. You know, if you got to throw away money on this game. If anybody betting on the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, if you're doing that, you got a gambling problem for real. That's just absurd. But yeah, we're going New Mexico State by 6, so they don't cover the spread. Actually, they do cover the spread. So yeah, let's go New Mexico State. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, December 29th, we're actually getting into the bowls that matter. We got USC at Ohio State, over 64.5. Ohio State is a 7.5 point favorite. I think Ohio State's going to be really miffed about not making the playoffs, and USC never really had a shot, to be honest with you. So they're both kind of playing for pride and for jockeying for position in the next 2018 preseason rankings. So I'm going to say keep it below 64.5, and I think Ohio State wins by 9 points. I'll give them 3 field goals. So just go with the point spread there, go with the favorites, and no reason to get greedy, no reason to get out there with your picks. Moving along, Louisville at Mississippi State in the Tax Slayer Bowl. Good God, that's not overstating the significance of your brand. Over-under is 63. I want to say keep it slightly above that because the team's going to score a lot of points. Louisville is a 6.5 point favorite. I think Lamar Jackson has a really good day against a really unmotivated Mississippi State team. I think they win probably by at least 10 points. So Louisville, just go with them and win outright. Take the points for them, and we'll move along. Iowa State taking on Memphis in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl on December 30th. The over-under is 66.5. I'm going to say keep it above that because both teams will score a ton of points. Memphis is a 3.5 point favorite. I'm going to go with Iowa State in the upset here. I think they win by at least 6 points. So definitely the point spread on them. Pick them to win outright, and you will be a very happy camper in the aftermath there. Washington and Penn State taking on the Nittany Lions, the Nittany Diddlers, in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl on December 30th. The over-under, do not bark. I got a puppy over there who likes to bark about everything. The over-under is 55. I'm going to say keep it below that because the teams can play defense moderately well. Penn State's a 2 point favorite, and I'm going to go with the Cougars to win by 3 points. So I think Penn State just barely wins the game, so pick them to win outright as the underdog. And don't know what to say about that. I just think Washington's going to win by a very small margin, but they win nonetheless. Alright, Wisconsin at Miami in the Orange Bowl on December 30th. The over-under is 45. I can tell you right, it's going to be under that because the teams can play really lockdown defense. Miami is a 6.5 point dog. Obviously, Wisconsin a 1-loss team. Yeah, I think Miami wins this by 7 points. I think Wisconsin, they play good defense, but I think Miami, their defense is not like anything Wisconsin's really faced this year. You know, if Ohio State can really rough them up, then Miami can just pretty much take their lunch money and run. So I got Miami winning by at least 7 points. So take them as the underdog. Think they win outright. Do that, and they'll probably make some money off of it to begin 2018. All right, then we got our New Year's games. Quickly approaching the end here. Michigan at South Carolina. There's no line on it yet in the Outback Bowl here. I'm going to assume it's going to be under 60, and I'm going to go with South Carolina. Now I'm going to go with Michigan to win by 7 points, so just use that as your metric. Moving along, we got Central Florida at Auburn in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl at 12:30 on New Year's Day. The over-under is 67. I think it will be slightly under that. Auburn's a 9.5 point favorite. This is it. This is my upset of the postseason. I think Central Florida goes in there and they beat a demoralized Auburn team, and then we start having some serious questions about whether or not this non-Power 5 team here, whether they might deserve some playoff considerations next year. So a little intrigue there. I think they win by not a whole. It's going to be single digits, like 6 or 7 points, but I think that's still enough to get them the victory. So go with Central Florida to rack up the monumental upset here at the new Atlanta Falcon Stadium. And what else can you say? Just take the points for them. Nothing else. I don't think Auburn beats them by 10 points, even if they do win. So just go with the Central Florida on the point spread anyway, and it'll be a good New Year's for you. All right, Notre Dame at LSU in the Citrus Bowl presented by Overton's. I think Overton, they make windows. If you're a social science major, you'll get that joke. But yeah, there's currently no money line, so I'm just going to guess it's going to be probably under like 50 for the over-under. And point spread, yeah, I think Notre Dame wins by 6 points. So that's your touchstone if you want to use something. And lastly, we're down to our playoff games. The big four teams, top ranked in the country, going toe-to-toe on New Year's Day to determine who's going to play the national championship game. Up first, we got Georgia and Oklahoma. The over-under is 60. And this is a really, really weird line because it's moved like rapidly the last couple of days. Like on Monday, I think, when I started doing this video, like Oklahoma was favored as like a 4.5 point favorite. Well, here we are 2 days later, and all of a sudden it shifted all the way around to UGA being a 1.5 point favorite. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but something is amiss. The over-under is 60. I think it's going to be a little bit below that. And before I give my pick, I think it kind of is, you got to say this up front. Baker Mayfield is a great quarterback, but let's face facts. He has not played a single great defense all season long. The closest they had was against, what, Ohio State, and they still lost? No, wait, they beat Ohio State, my bad. But yeah, Oklahoma, they haven't really faced a real shutdown defense all season long. Well, and on the Big 12, they're afraid of D. They can't play it worth the toot. And UGA is a really good defensive team. They can control the run, and I think they go in there, and I think they pretty much shut Baker Mayfield down. They do what no team has done this year, and they just make his life an absolute wreck. And they do it not with the secondary, but they do it by just having a hellacious pass rush. I think Baker Mayfield's going to get sacked probably like 6 times, maybe 7 times in this game. It's going to be bad. And Georgia just do what they do all season long. They control the tempo on the ground. They just run, touchdown, run, touchdown. And I think it's enough to get them the victory. I think Georgia goes in there and they win by 10 points. And I think that's being a conservative estimate. So definitely go with UGA as a favorite. They're going to win outright. And should be a pretty entertaining little matchup. Immovable object versus irresistible force. I always love those kind of games. Alright, and lastly, we got Alabama number 4 at Clemson in the Sugar Bowl. Right now the over is 47.5. They're expecting these teams to play some really good defense. Right now Alabama's a 2.5 point favorite, and you know what? I'm going to go with Alabama to win. I think they're just going to play really good defense. Once again, Clemson, the best defense I probably saw all year was Miami. Miami is a very good defense, but here's the thing. Alabama, they can turn the ball over. They can knock you loopy. They can control the run, and they have a very solid and consistent run game. We saw Alabama do this all year long. Some good Florida State, just completely shut down the field down the stretch to where you have to win right up close. You got to win in the trenches. And I don't think Clemson can do that. I think they're going to make it very competitive. It's going to be close. I think Alabama only wins by maybe a field goal, 6 points at the absolute most. But they win regardless. But both these games should be really, really entertaining. So I got Alabama winning, which means, in my humblest of opinions, I think it's going to be Alabama taking on Georgia at the, what game is this year? The Rose Bowl or something, not the Rose Bowl, it's one of them. The national championship game. Isn't it actually in Atlanta this year? Oh man, that would be crazy. But yeah, I got Alabama and Georgia playing in that, and that should be really, really entertaining. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, well, those are my picks for the 2017-2018 NCAA College Football Bowl games. And all I can say is we got the game started on Saturday. Let's just enjoy the next couple of weeks, and it's the end of the line. Hope you had as much fun as I did, which was a little.